Hi guys, I thought I would do a little review of a TV show that I really enjoy watching. I've watched the TV show as far as I can remember actually ever watching TV. I really love watching this TV show, and to this day, watching it. This TV show is The Munsters, and I have both of the seasons. Unfortunately, my box sets aren't in the greatest condition. As you can see, you know, this is starting to tear, and I don't know if you can really tell, but the DVD, you probably can't really tell, but the DVDs are starting to get really bad. I mean, God, the box is like ripping in all these places. I want to get the complete series because it also comes with the family portrait episode on in color, but I did get this when I was really little, so I have had them for a long time, but I probably should have taken better care of it. But no, the monsters came out, and the craze for fantasy TV series were coming out. Such series were Bewitched, Addams Family, My Favorite Martian, and I believe it was CBS wanted a creepy TV show. And originally, this was originally the monsters was going to be titled Meet the Monsters, and it was going to be a cartoon, but until they wrote the pilot for the episode, it was going to be with real people. The pilot of the episode, which is on the box set, apparently has never been seen on actual TV. Um, it features different makeup and also features different characters. Eddie is played by an idiot named Happy Derman. That's his actual name. And and Herman has a wife called Phoebe and is played by Joan Marshall. Joan Marshall looks a lot like Morticia, played by Carolyn Jones. You know, she had the black hair, the black like dress, I guess you would call it, and she did look a lot like Carolyn Jones, and that's why they switched her. And Happy German's just like a ferocious little werewolf, and he wasn't really a child. And the sets are different, and it's also in color, which is probably the biggest difference. But there are some considerable differences in the makeup. Like the makeup, it looks like basically Herman just had like a headpiece. Well, Fred Gwynn, anyway, played Herman, had like his headpiece, and then the rest of his face was just painted blue. He didn't have black lips, or I don't think he. I'm not sure. His skin was blue, and he just doesn't look like the Herman on the box set. I don't know if you can notice that well. He doesn't. Here, he doesn't look like the Herman as seen right here. And Grandpa also had different changes. He again his skin blue, and he didn't have there was some other changes that he didn't have. And then when they made those changes, they decided to film it in black and white because of cost reasons. And apparently, it was $10,000 to shoot TV series in black and white, and that's why they shot it in black and white, or to shoot it in color, shot in black and white. And the cast when it first started out was Fred Gwynn as Herman, Al Lewis as Grandpa, Yvonne DiCarlo as Lily, Beverly Owen as Merman, and Butch Patrick as Eddie. And featured some cameos by John Carradine as Mr. Gateman, and there's also some other dude that played Clyde in a lot of the episodes. But I mean, this is a really good TV series. Some of my favorite episodes from the first season would be Grant Leaves Home, If a Martian Answers Hang Up, Movie Star Monster, Love Comes to Mockingbird Heights, which is probably my all-time favorite episode because it features the creature from the Black Lagoon, Lily Munster Girl Model, Good Here Comes Charlie, Autumn Croquet, Family Portrait, Yes, Galen, there's Herman. Those are my favorites from the first season. You know, and this season had top ratings. You know, it was just amazing. And then it came out with the first season actually had a lot of episodes. I mean, more than some of the series out there. You know, I don't want to count them all right now, but a lot of episodes. The second season is a lot more creative than the season. It started to reuse a lot of gags and tricks, and it just lost its flavor. And also, I don't know, it's like they were recycling old ideas and they weren't really trying in writing these episodes. Favorite episodes from season 2: Happy 100th Anniversary, um, Just Another Pretty Face, which is the only episode where Fred Gwynn appears without his makeup, The Forgosi Emerald, Zombo, Joe Don Munster, John Doe Munster, Will Success Spoil Herman Munster, A Visit from Johann, Herman's Lawsuit, A Visit from Teacher. And this also features bonus features, season 2 does. It features a documentary about how the TV series became what it is, and also documentaries about Fred Gwynn, Yvonne Carlo, and Al Lewis. Reasons is people were starting to lose in these TV shows, and also this series was also booted off by Batman, and Batman was, the series that came on in beautiful color. I really think if they would have switched this to color, it would have stayed on a lot longer. And I'm really glad. I'm really sad that they didn't make a lot of episodes of this TV series. I mean, I absolutely adore it. And Beverly Owen portrayed Marilyn Munster in most of the episodes of the first season because she was homesick. So Pat Priest finished season 1, and she's Marilyn in this season. Then after this sold, they were going to make Munster Go Home, which was intended as apparently a movie. Apparently, I think reboot the series. Pat Priest does not play Marilyn in this movie. It's played by Debbie Watson, and I can't remember. She's in another uh, Joe Conley and Bob Mosher TV sitcom. I can't remember what it is. I think it's called Tammy, with some chick with red hair. And this movie features a lot of known people. We have all the original cast members except for Marilyn. Hermione Gold, she was in Music Man. John Carradine, Bernard Fox, Richard Dawson, and this is only like this movie only took like 6 weeks to make, but it was interesting to see the monsters in color. I mean, probably the biggest difference about this movie is that Grandpa's makeup changed a little bit. He has these weird hair things on the side, like Princess Leia. And the way they photograph their monster mansion in color, they have red and blue and green shades of color. Like one corner of the room might be red and one corner might be green, and like the back room will be blue. But this is a decent movie. I mean, it's not. It's definitely not as good as TV show. And apparently they were going to make a Get Smart movie if this was going to be successful, but of course we all know it wasn't. And so that turned into a 3-part Get Smart episode thing on the TV show. And there have been some reincarnations of the monsters. Like there's a Monsters Today, which I think was on longer than the original show. And there's some other there is a Monsters movie from, I can't remember. It's not. I think it's the 90s, and it features cameos by Ivana Carlo, Al Lewis, Butch Patrick, and Pat Priest. And Herman goes to a dinner table and he's gonna wait on them. And they're that's her cameo. They did make a second Munster monster movie in the 1980s called The Munsters Revenge, and it features all the same cast members except for Butch Patrick and Pat Priest. I have not seen it, so I can't really judge it. But what I have read about the plot is that these people are using monster, uh, I think it's like monster wax dummies or something, and they're controlling them, and making them rob banks and everything, and they try to stop it. And that one was a TV movie, and apparently it didn't do that well either, because apparently they were going to show it on the night The Wizard of Oz was on TV. So it should have done a lot better than it did. But I mean, the monsters will live on forever. I mean, I have a monsters model kit, of the coach, and this is just a wonderful TV show. It's produced by the same team that made Leave It to Beaver, and I can never get enough of the monsters. I guarantee if you have not seen the monsters, I don't care if you're a little kid, I don't care if you're a 90-year-old man, I don't care if you're, one of the toughest men in the world, you will like the monsters. They're amazing. And even though they're not, they'll make you chuckle, but they won't make you laugh as hard as they did back in the 60s. And TV shows have dramatically changed from the 60s and 70s. They're not original anymore. And they're not good shows anymore. They're not original. It's not like I Love Lucy or The Monsters or Addams Family. And Addams Family was canceled around the same time this was. But I like The Monsters better than The Addams Family. I believe The Addams Family was on only by like a couple episodes. Don't quote me on that, but check out The Monsters. You won't regret it. Amazing TV show. Check out Monster Go Home if you want to see him in color. They do have a family portrait in color on YouTube. But if you want the family portrait episode in color, you'll have to buy the complete series box. Check out The Monsters. Reddit.